Good morning. Just waiting for people to gather here, get the cards shuffled up. And this is a specific reading this morning because we're looking for people who might have a little bit of a worry issue. It's funny how the readings tend to echo what's going on in my immediate world. And I so appreciate everyone who is drawn to these daily readings. We are on a mission to understand how very loved we are. And even in the moments when we feel disconnected, there's not people in our lives right now that perhaps you've moved and you live in a different part of the world than your family. There's someone that you love that you can't contact for whatever reason. Sometimes people put you into no contact, right? Where they've asked you, please don't contact me. And that can be so painful when you are, when you love them so much. And for whatever reason, they have said, you know what, please don't contact me right now. Can you relate? So today, I want to start off by explaining that you are so loved and that your human self, this smaller part of ourself that it feels limited, feels like things don't work out, the only comfort that brings us true relief is divine. And when you're able to understand how very much you are loved, that there is a divine connection within you that is always reaching out, always wanting to comfort and to support you. And it took me years to get here. I was raised in a religious Catholic home and then spent a few years as a born again Christian in the world and enjoyed both of those experiences a lot. Now I consider myself more of a spiritual seeker, and I'm really focusing on trying to understand what the love of God is and how to use it and access it more in my life. So I picked the Angel Wisdom deck today. It's one of my very favorites. And as usual, I'm going to be reading five messages from the divine for those of us who really want to understand what we can do when our love gets expressed as worry. Okay, I'm a mom and a grandmother now, and so the worries that I have tend to be more along the lines of my family. But sometimes we're worried about our career, we're worried about our health, and so worry is equal opportunity. It doesn't care what the issue is. So let's take a look at our first card today. So what this shows me right away here as we begin is that there's someone watching me right now who has been dealing with money worries. You have felt that no matter how hard you work, no matter what you do, that the money that comes in and out of your life has like a stranglehold on it. There's a sense of limitation because you know what it is you need. And sometimes I think you question whether the divine even is paying attention to you. And I'm here to tell you, yes. There is a part of you who is absolutely confident in you. The divine spark living within you, that spark is connected to divine love. And this resting posture of this King of Pentacles, the mastery of money comes from us through maturity. Many of the things that have happened to you over time may have seemed unfair. They may have seemed as if you can never get ahead, and it's fed into this worry cycle. Imagine, though, that there's a part of you who knows exactly what to do next and how to guide you. This energy of the King of Pentacles, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, grounded, a time of great success, financial security and prosperity, the Midas touch, everything turning out beautifully, a supportive parent and spouse, a good person to work for. You know what? When I look at this card, and sometimes I can feel like, what? Me? Why are you telling me this when I am waiting for that next opportunity? Or I might be in an environment where financially there's so much pressure. This is because the divine wants you to know that as you focus internally on what it is that abundance means to you, when you can look every day and notice abundance, that abundance is the baby steps towards your financial growth. It's normal to feel the two ends of the stick when it comes to your finances. One being lack and the other being abundance. But many times we focus so much on abundance in finances that we forget that abundance surrounds us in many other ways. Nature is my first go to personally. I have a woods that's near me. There's a path in the woods, and the minute I set foot on that path, I feel the pleasure of just being glad I'm alive. And you know what? That's the bottom line. No matter how your finances look at the moment, it's so important to realize that worry will pull you backwards. Worry will pull you back towards fear. The opposite of worry, for me today, the opposite of worry is trust. That if I trust that there is a divine guidance available to me, and I access that divine guidance through trust, that I will begin to plug into this wonderful energy around prosperity. The universe doesn't bring us this card to mock us or say, you'll never get here. No, no, no. On the contrary, the universe is bringing us this card today to show us that as we become more compassionate with ourselves, we become accomplished at noticing abundance everywhere, that our natural charisma will rise and the groundedness you will feel will bring you all the success that you're looking for. The number one lesson that I can give you today is with the breath. I'm doing some meditating with a wonderful app called The Way, and it's with Henry Shookman. I so highly recommend it. It's helping me so much because honestly, the very fact that we get to breathe anytime we want, that the moment you need a breath, you take it and it's always given. I was thinking, what if we could be grateful each breath we take? How that would change our perspective. Right now, I want to comfort you and allow you this moment to realize that abundance is around you everywhere all the time. So your homework today with this card is notice abundance. Right now I look out my window and I see my philodendron plant. It's growing right outside my window. There are abundance of leaves on that plant. There's an abundance of roots that I don't see with my eyes, but I know they're there. And so as you take on that task of ignoring what you do not have and focusing on the abundance that surrounds you, you will be stunned at how you will lift your own spirits. An affirmation that will help you. And of course, I love to suggest doing the affirmations in a mirror because it will help you to connect with your inner being and tell yourself the truth. A great way to build trust. And the affirmation is, up until now, I thought that prosperity and abundance was only about money. But today I make a choice to see abundance that surrounds me already. Up until now, I was so focused on the lack in my life, I didn't understand how to leverage abundance. But today, I choose to notice the abundance that's surrounding me. Today, as you hear my voice, I can promise you there's an abundance of love for you here right now. Okay, let's go to our second card. 5 specific readings for you when it comes to worry. Hi, Aditi. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. I think it's the first time you're visiting me, isn't it? Well, let's just take a peek at what this message is about worry today. Okay. So, what the divine wants you to know right now, and this is a great card to follow up on the King of Pentacles, is fantastic because when we have worry, okay, when you wake up in the morning and you think, what am I going to do about this situation? How can I solve this problem? The minute you wake up, you're already worried. Can you relate? I know that I can relate. I can relate kind of selfishly. I picked this theme for today because worry is something that I deal with. And when worry comes, you can fail to recognize a magical opportunity. Okay, I love this card for us today, guys. Missing the point, the distractions of daily life. Okay, lost in your own world, being discontented or bored, wake up. What a great card. What we're seeing today. What if worry were a kind of a gift? Boy, I never expected to hear my voice saying that. But what if, when we are worried, it's a sign that we're missing a magical opportunity to seek guidance from within? Okay? When worry strikes you, it means that your mind is thinking of things that you cannot change. Think about that. If I'm worried about one of my adult children, it is because I cannot change their circumstances. If I'm worried about where the next where the next money is coming from, I can't think, I get so distracted by the lack that I can miss the opportunity to turn towards the divine. In front of the figure, we have these 3 cups, and those cups show us what is here already that we can appreciate. Okay? The first card we had was about focusing on abundance, because there's a real key to looking for abundance right now, even though you're lacking. For example, if I was worried about a family member, I can say to the divine, even though I don't know how, I'm giving you my loved one right now. Even though I don't know how, I release my worries to you right now. This is a magical opportunity. When you look at what is working in your life right now, look at what you can appreciate. Name someone who you know that you enjoy spending time with. Do you have a pet that you love? My Murphy, that always brings me joy. Whenever I look at Murphy, even if he barks during a reading and disturbs me, I still appreciate him 100%. And you guys coming here and doing these readings, excuse me, let me sip my tea. Even though I might have a worry about one of my children, when I come and spend time with you here, I am flipping the story because I depend on my divine guidance when I do these readings. I don't have a script. I don't look it up in a book. I speak the words that the picture inspires in me. And the opportunity of worry, I wish you could see my other hand. I'm over here gesturing. If we look at worry as a sort of a gift, and I know that's strange, but if we look at worry and we think, wait, what if this is a reminder to turn to the divine and then release my worry to the divine? Look at this cup that the angel is holding. The very things that you're desiring to have in your life are right behind you in the hands of the divine. So let this be a call for you. Yes, it seems like the fruit you want to be free of worry. It seems unreachable, but that's only because you're trying to solve it with your human mind. When you turn to that angel right behind you, your guardian angel, and speak to your angel, I don't know how to release this worry, but I know you do. Help me. You will find a solution. Remember, we're not supposed to think, oh, yeah, now it's solved before we have the relief. The relief comes by trusting divine love to fill in the gaps for you, okay? So let's go to our third message. We have 5 messages today about worry, and here we have our next message. Okay, again, this is directly connected to the previous card. So if you're just listening to me right now, you just tuned in, welcome. And be sure to watch this replay because each of these messages about worry are so deep for you. You are abundantly loved. The universe, the divine, is looking at you right now. And look at this kind of leaning on the elbow, kind of like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. The universe, the divine, is waiting for you to turn to the king, the king of the divine. The king is the divine, all right? And in this particular card, intelligent, impartial, respected and stoic, receiving wise advice, remain objective and fair-minded, communicate clearly. Okay, so what's happening here is that you have had some confusion as you've been looking toward your person or your circumstances. There has been a lot of confusion. People may say to you, you're always in your head. You think too much. I used to become annoyed when people would say to me, you think too much. I'm like, well, I like to figure things out. I like to find solutions. Yesterday I cleaned out a closet and it was fun to clean the closet and sort out things I wanted to throw away and, get organized in boxes, some things that are just scattered. And you might think, well, how does that help worry? I'll tell you. Number one, I can't think about my problems when I'm busy with a project. And the universe has been guiding me through my worries by helping me to focus on things that are the opposite of worry, which for us is trust. Only the divine is intelligent enough to help you. Okay, we as humans can think our brains are pretty smart, and they may be, but the divine trumps that. The divine is our substance and our guidance, always available to us, always standing ready. All we need to do is turn our attention, okay? The answer you're looking for is in the hands of the divine. Remember our last card, we talked about worry being an opportunity, a magical opportunity to turn to the one that loves us truly. This little plaque that I've carried with me over years now is my symbol of divine love. Hey, Dr. V, welcome. The symbol of divine love is that our human personality is so frail. We are weak. We give up easily, and worry can feel like a stranglehold on us. The divine is symbolized by this larger figure. This figure represents pure love. When we are busy running around and trying to solve our own problems, the divine patiently sits and waits for us to turn. That is what this card is speaking to us today. See how the divine is leaning on his elbow thinking, when will they learn? When will my sweet human turn to me? I wish for you that it would be today. So let's try an affirmation, and remember to look in the mirror for your affirmations, okay, my friends? Look in the mirror and say, up until now, I didn't realize the divine is waiting for me. But today I make a decision to claim that truth. The divine is waiting for me. Up until now, I thought I had to carry my worries. I didn't realize they were opportunities. But today, I make the choice to turn to the divine every time I worry. I know I will slip up a little bit in the beginning, but the truth is, I want the peace that can come only from wise advice and un and wise advice from my divine creator. Okay? Thank you, divine. Thank you, divine love, for this beautiful message. I will say to you guys that there is a list of all the divine readings. They're in a playlist on my channel, and they all are titled with the heart of the message that came forth. All of them carrying 5 specific keys to help you upgrade your life. What are you wanting? What are you worried about? Is it a family situation? Is it your career? Is it your health? Let's see what our 4th card is. Oh, I just love this card. I'm so grateful because as this story is being told through our 5 cards today, what we're seeing is that as you recognize that worry could be a gift, that worry could be a signal, a sign, an opportunity to remind ourselves that if we're worried, we are disconnected from divine wisdom. The divine does not carry worry. Can you imagine God being worried about anything? No, that's silly, isn't it? But what the heart of divine love is for you is to feel joyfully connected to your angels. All right? The manifesting teachers tell us that every change we're wanting is a vibrational change in our own hearts. That as we change the energy of what we are experiencing, the outer world reflects it. So as you recognize that the person you are worried about or the situation that you are worried about is in good hands, it's in good hands because believe me, the universe, the divine, wants to solve your loved one's problem more than you do. The divine love aches for people that are not aware. This is the joy that is our birthright. News worth celebrating. Joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancy, or graduation. A time for gratitude. Close communities or chosen families. And this last line is so important. Chosen families. Some of you, like me, grew up in families that were very chaotic, and the families may be spread all over the world, that you may have great loss involved with your sense of family. And this can set you back as a human. But once we understand divine love and we begin to drink from that cup, the divine brings to you people and circumstances that will deeply satisfy you. For those of you who are looking for a soulmate, I feel in this card that lack, and I sense the worry that you may carry as each year goes by and you're seeking that divine counterpart, someone who will get you, someone who will not leave you, someone who will be faithful and true. The worry that you carry, that you'll never find it, is exactly opposite of that energy of trust. And I'm telling you that when you worry, if you have that discipline to say with the worry, I feel myself worry, but I'm turning towards divine love. Even though I'm worried, I'm turning to divine love. I know it's hard. I know. Because when I have worries, they can capture me and cling to me. But I have learned that if I can receive that negative emotion as a signal, as a loving signal that I'm off and that I'm not tuned in to the divine. I'm tuned into the pain. It has helped me every time. So let's take a look at a couple of affirmations we could use. Looking in the mirror, of course, always deepens your self-talk, and say, even though I don't know how, I'm trusting my angels right now. Even though I don't know how to get rid of this worry, I'm trusting my angels right now. I know it feels general, but it will work. Your angels are waiting to dance with you. And once your vibration changes on the inside, you will attract people and circumstances that will shock you and surprise you with how well suited they are. This has happened to me year after year after year. In 2016, my story was mentioned in a book. The book was called Think and Grow Rich. I had read another book by the author, Pam Grout, and I experienced so much of this with her book, E Squared. And if you're looking for a great book, E Squared, take a look at it. What it will do is it gives you a formula, like a recipe. And once you start following the directions in that book, my life completely flipped upside down. Within a year, I was offered a cruise, no charge. A great sum of money came through me. 5 figures appeared out of the blue, not kidding. A hot air balloon ride, one of my deepest desires, given to me unexpected. When I wrote to Pam and I thanked her for her book, and I said, look, when I started to use your book, everything turned around. She contacted me and she said, may I please put your story in my book about gratitude? I about fainted, you guys. I couldn't believe it. Tears. I couldn't believe this author reached to my story, and then she put it in her book. So as I was publicized, it was free publicity, and I ended up attracting flocks of people who read about my story in her book. Why? Because she put my website in there, manifestfaster.com. She did not put the website of other people's stories. She put mine in there. And so this beautiful woman that I got to meet at one point, but before we met, put my story in her book, and it changed the course of my life. So E Squared, please take a look at it. I know it's available in different languages, and I do suggest that you read it in your native language. I love Pam. She is a wonderful guide and teacher. Okay, what is our fifth key today for a life without worry? I cannot wait to see the conclusion of this 5-card story. And we have da 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 da. This 9 of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is such a fantastic finish. Protect what you have created. Be prepared. Never give up. Ask your angels for help. Can you believe that, you guys? Right in this last card, we had ask your angels for help, but it doesn't say that, but it's confirmed. Your angels are waiting to relieve your worry, okay? So what we're seeing here is a well-prepared, strong human, all right? Look at the size of that full moon behind her. This is a sign that you are way stronger than you think you are. And if you can take this challenge, and it is a challenge, to see worry as an opportunity. I know it's so hard, and you might want to argue with me and say, no, 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 Catherine. Worry is not an opportunity, you silly girl. I get it, because worry is tough. It's hard to carry it. It's hard to deal with it. That's only because we're trying to do it on our own, okay? We're never designed to figure out worry. It's designed to be an opportunity. And you know what? I need this message more than you guys do this morning. So thank you for being along with me. But right now, be prepared. When you're prepared, it means you're ready to use worry as an opportunity. Maybe you have 9 issues that are really troubling you. That's not too hard for God. That's not too hard at all. So protect what you have. You have created a relationship with the divine. People that come to my readings is no accident. You are curious. You're wanting to grow. You want to remove the pain. You want to see yourself owning that new home that you're wanting, or driving the car that you're desiring, or having the partner that you want, or having healthy relationships with your family. All of that is available for you once you connect to your divine source within. Everything that you create in spirit is permanent. If you forget that the divine is there for you, you can have a miserable day. But protect the divine connection you have created. Be prepared to use worry as an opportunity to turn back to divine love. All right, what a message today. I know that this is a tiny audience, that there are only certain people who are worried today, and most of everyone is celebrating. So I'm so grateful for that. But if you're in that place of worry, remember your small human personality that is demonstrated by this little figure is always comforted by the appreciation and gratitude for spirit living within. We are blended beings. We are partly human and partly spirit. Your spirit self is always strong enough for you. Your spirit self is always there for you until when you pass and you leave your human shell by itself, alone and useless, your divine self goes forward. All right? So I hope that this message was helpful for you today. Thank you so much for leaving me a comment. Thank you for letting me know how this message strikes you today. And also, if there's any other themes that you would like to see me read for, let me know. And lastly, if you would like me to create a video for you that is personal, you can find all the information at manifestfaster.com. And do take a look at that book, E Squared by Pam Grout. Completely changed my life 9 years ago. And this being the Nine of Wands, maybe it's a symbol for me too, to dig in and remember those lessons I learned. Okay, so go forth and prosper, my dear friends. If you're late coming into the reading, every one of our 5 cards today fit together like a beautiful love story for you. So I hope you will enjoy it. We'll see you tomorrow for our live reading where I will be answering questions. So please do come back if you need any guidance. I'm here for you, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you so much, you guys. Bye now.